Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about how to write an answer to a foreclosure complaint. If you're doing this pro se, like I did, you'll want to know these little tips and tricks that you can use to help you file your motions so that you're better able to fight back. This is my motion I filed in Pennsylvania. You'll see it's called Defendants, Answers, and Counterclaims and Motion to Dismiss. And I signed the front. Now I have a table of contents. With your motions, you want to try to make it as good as you can for the court to read. So you can see table of contents, you got background, answers, count 1, FDCPA violations, count 2, UTPCPL violations, count 3, FCEUA violations, count 4, infliction of emotional distress, count 5, fraud, count 6, unjust enrichment, count 7, breach of contract, good faith and fair dealing, count 8, violation of TILA, conclusion, prayer for relief, and exhibits. And when you write an answer, you're going to remember you got to have a table of authorities as well. You got to have your case law. So I have my table of authorities here. You might not be familiar with some of these. You can definitely go online and look them up if you're really interested. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the first page. The caption, after the caption, you want to put comes now, your name, filing pro se, and hereby files this motion which addresses the answer to plaintiff's complaint. Now, put a little background in here. Plaintiff Ditech, formerly known as Green Tree Servicing, formerly known as Bank of America, formerly known as Countrywide Home Loans, etc., etc. Basically, I never got any money out of the refi because there was liens on the house that they used for the money. I never got any money. So I tried to rescind the loan and didn't go anywhere. And you can read, if you want to read all the drama in my motion, you can. But let's talk about the counterclaims because that's pretty important. Alright, answers, let's talk about the answers. When you write an answer, you see the numbers, like the first one says deny. Plaintiff gives false statement on the first paragraph, number 1 of the complaint. And it, basically, if you look back at the complaint, we can pull that up too. Here's the complaint. Number 1, it says Ditech Financial, otherwise known as Green Tree, blah blah blah. So I was basically going through this. Let's go back to where we were here. Sorry about that. Okay. Number 2, it says I'm the defendant. So you can hit deny or affirm next to it. And then you go back to my my counterclaims. It says number 2 affirm, number 3 affirm. Number 2 and number 3. Number 2 was the deed, which I have. Number 3 is me, which is correct. So I affirm both of those. Number 4, deny. Plaintiff has no personal knowledge in knowing if this occurred. Number 4. On June 26, 2007, in consideration of a loan in the principal amount of $120,000, defendant Lorraine E. Souders executed and delivered to Countrywide Home Loans a note. The note with an interest rate of 8.250, blah blah blah. And as you can see, my answer to that one, deny. Plaintiff has no personal knowledge in knowing if this occurred. We're talking about a sub-servicer of a servicer. There's no way they can really know if this occurred. Number 5, deny. Again, they have no personal knowledge and knowing if any loan modification occurred. Go back to the complaint. Number 5, a loan modification agreement was made. Okay, well, you know what? They don't have any knowledge if that really happened or not, and I can tell you there was problems with my loan mod. Number 6, to secure the obligations under the note, the defendant executed blah blah blah. Number 6, deny. Defendant denies agreeing to give a mortgage to MERS. MERS is not listed anywhere on the promissory note. Okay, so you kind of get the idea of how to write an answer. You have to go by the numbers that are actually on the complaint when you write your answer, and they have to correlate. So you can see that the numbers on here correlate with the numbers on my answer. So, and the other thing I want to go over real quick, besides writing an answer, is a notice of appearance, which I had to file since I'm pro se. And all this is, it basically says, comes now defendant Lorraine Souders, newly pro se, and hereby files this notice of appearance. Defendant is not represented by an attorney but wishes to act in pro se capacity. All pleadings and legal papers can be served to the address listed below. And it has my address. Then it has, I understand that I have a continuing obligation to provide current contact information to the court, to other self-represented parties, and to attorneys of record in this case. And then I signed and dated it. And I also served the other side, a certificate of service. You have to always serve the other side whenever you file anything. So I thought that this would just be a little bit of information on how to write an answer. We'll get into the counterclaims, because you really want to know how to write counterclaims as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. It'll help me out. I appreciate your help, and if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you.